Okay, so this is the basket I filled yesterday. I did pull some pieces out of my wardrobes. Maybe some people might think it's not a clutter spot, but I know I've got a lot of stuff. I'm trying to gradually get rid of my clothing and everything. DVDs is another one, and that. But I didn't share in my previous video what I got rid of, so I'm going to do that in this video. But due to the fact the last couple of evenings we've been visiting my mum as well, but today we've had a day in, or I should say. Hubby's now in the bath. He came home, didn't do overtime tonight, but I've just had a bath. But I thought I'd video this part due to the fact that I can't leave it as it is, and no judging. I was on a rampage today. I just wanted to get rid of stuff, and I felt that although I wouldn't say I was brilliant at organising, I like to think that I'm fairly good at organising, but due to the fact I've got too much stuff, places do tend to get messy quite quickly. And that is why I've got to get rid of a portion of my stuff. And most of this has come from a few spots around our home, but mainly in my upstairs walk-in cupboard. Are you ready for this? No judging. I'm going to just sort of come out a little bit more. I'll give you an overview. And this is all over the lounge. I've even pulled out a few books that I didn't think so. I did some paperwork that's just come in today actually. And we're going up, 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 up. All this is going. And I'm even getting rid of all my red baskets, except for a couple I've kept for Christmas and for hampers. I'm getting rid of all this. Even containers I'm getting rid of, and I'll break this down a bit at a time actually, of why I'm getting rid of it. To tell you the truth, it took a little while, I must admit, because every time I sort of replace something, say in the cupboard or in a drawer or in a box, I try to pull at least one thing out, if not more. So I think I'll start with this laundry basket to start with. So I'm going to start with this. If you hear a fan in the background, that's because I've got my cooker on. I'm cooking a roast dinner. So I'm going to probably break down this as much as I can. I did actually send footage, a quick video to hubby and my son, in case of stuff still all over the floor when they got home. I was actually in the bath when hubby came home, so if I hadn't said, I've got my lounge set on, so I'm just comfortable. So I want to get this done. If not, I'm going to have to sort of box it up and bag it up and everything and just leave it in the dining room. I'll probably put it in the big shed, his shed actually, hubby's shed, tomorrow morning. I don't think I'll get it out there because it has been raining. So just some plastic coat hangers. We don't tend to keep those. I did lift up a black coat hanger in my previous video. I'll explain that. Hubby and I have white coat hangers, except for any heavy jackets or jeans, and they have wooden coat hangers. And then our son has grey. The black ones, sometimes they filter through, but they actually are for the caravan, and we have a few wooden ones in there as well, again for jeans. So just explaining. So some of these things, this hardly ever been used. I'm going to actually send this for our granddaughter. It'd be a nice plimsoll bag for her, or she is learning to swim, so I'm going to let that go to her. More coat hangers, just didn't want those. I sorted out a couple of purses. It's probably all got messed up now, so I've got a purse here, so that's going. because I got quite a few. There was stuff that I got tags on, and some things I actually pulled out because I thought I'm not going to wear them. You know, sometimes it's impulse buys. Other things that I've bought and kept hold of them, and then your body changes, or you don't feel comfortable, or you just not into that sort of item again, so, and it's too late to take it back. So I've got a belt here. I got purple fleece, purple sweatshirt. Some of these items will go to different people because, like, this has got a tag on, and I kept saying I was going to use it as a pyjama top, so I'm going to let that one go, and it's still got the tag on, so that's going to a family member. And I've got a couple more tops here that have got tags on. I bought so many because they reduced them all down to, I think it was something like £1. I'm sure it was. So I've got this peach one. Yeah, I'm sure they were all reduced down to £1. So it's just like a vest top. Some of them I've kept, but I pulled out a few. As I said in a previous video also that I do like new stuff, and sometimes I keep the tags on, you know, in case I want to take them on holiday. I've got another purse here. This one might be a bit stiff, but I was going to let our granddaughter have that one as well. Then I've got a set of pajamas here. I've got, say, some of this stuff I put in when I was sorting out last January and February, and I still haven't worn some of them. This was a charity shop, and I wore it a few times, but I don't know about anybody else, but very often I don't feel very comfortable always with buttons. I'm always frightened they're going to you know, pop open or something. Here's another item that's got a tag on. I tried it on a little while ago. This was reduced down to £1.50. It says a 16, but there's no way that felt like a 16, and it just felt too tight, although I love the colours of it, so I'm just going to let that go. I got this red t-shirt. I say I'm finding it a lot easier to get rid of stuff. Then because I've got 2 sets of new pyjamas, I'm getting rid of those leggings. This top I bought, I think was it Tesco's. I've worn it only once, yeah, Tesco's, and it is my size, but this came up really big. Love your self, and this is basically my size, but it came up too big, so I'm going to see if a family member wants that one. And then I've got this top that I've never worn. As I said, it's got a size 20 on that, but I've never worn it. So, yeah. So that's going. I put that. I'm splitting the piles up because some I'll go in, I say, to see if a family member want them before they go to the charity shop. Other things I'm just letting go to the charity shop. So I've got that brown top. I hardly ever worn it. I say a lot of these I haven't worn for a long time. I didn't put a voiceover, but I love that sort of black and white top with the black hearts. That's actually a charity shop, and I think it was either British Home Stores or Next, but I got it from charity shop. So I decided I haven't worn this one in over 12 months, so I thought I'd just let that one go. I'm going to let that one go. And this one's also got a tag on. This is a size 16, but it's too tight. It's not very roomy. I say some 16s, they come up really big, others they don't. And then I've got this top that I just haven't worn very much. Another belt. Hubby didn't like this hat. It doesn't feel comfortable for him. Because we had a new doorbell, the doorbell's going. That's the old doorbell. And then we have got a DVD. I just went along the shelf, as you've seen from a previous video, just pulling some out. So this is a box set of 3. So I've got those 3. I'm just going to quickly go through these. Some are Blu-rays and some are just ordinary DVDs. So all these go. Some have even still got wrappers on. So some box sets. I've got Heidi High here. Let's say quite a lot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, although some of them are box sets. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, but there's 3 in there. 15 item, well, 15 DVDs. I'm not going to count every single thing because it will be here forevermore, because I've got all the other bits and pieces to do as well. And then I've got all this clothing as well. So what I will do is I will sort out what's decent enough to go to the charity shop, what's to go to the tip and things like that. So yeah, and I've got some belts as well. Hopefully I haven't just knocked the camera. Yeah, my hair's all wet at the moment, so that's one reason I'm not coming on camera. So that was the pile I did yesterday, and obviously a few items that I've put behind me. So that is the basket. Right, like again, some items are going to different people. Other items I probably am waiting to see if they want them, because the only problem is this video, I don't know if it's going up tomorrow or the day after that, because obviously weekend I want to get rid of them. Pulled out some picture frames. I've got these 2 are brand new, they're owls, but these are going to our granddaughter because I took her the princess, I think it was Snow White one, and I suggested that she makes with her pictures and everything that she's colouring and doing at school and at home and artwork, and also photographs of herself or her family, she can make her own sort of wall of art and pictures. So she's got those. I'm getting rid of this one. I think I only paid 25p on sale from Pep & Co from Poundland, but I haven't used it, so I'm going to put that over there because it's going to the charity shop. And this one I bought from the charity shop, this was 49p, but I've got quite a few now and I haven't used it, and I must have had it over 12 months. So these are going over here, and I'm trying to sort it out as I go along. Right, books. I actually managed to pull out some books. I was so proud of myself because I didn't think I would, but as you might have seen from a previous video, I did have a book from Anne, which I'm really thankful for. So I thought, well, I originally said I was going to pull out one, but I pulled out more than that. So I've got this one, and I got the 12 Days of Christmas. I've got, although I was umping and ahhing about this, but it was a matter of fact today, was pulling out stuff, try not to think too much about it and second guessing myself. It's all cross stitch, but I've got a lot of patterns for cross stitch, and to tell you the truth, I can't remember the last time I did a cross stitch anyway, but I've got plenty. I've got this 100 ways for every girl to look and feel fantastic. So there's that. We haven't got our juicer anymore, so I'm going to let this go. Someone might find it useful. This is a nail art book. I'm trying to simplify our life as much as I can. I have got a lot of, well, nail stuff still, dare I say, maybe not, because I've got rid of a lot, but I'm not sure that I'd go into all the fancy nails, maybe just glitter block colours. So I'm sure that would do, you know, someone will enjoy that. It is actually retail at £9.99. I didn't pay that. There we are. I paid £3 for it. It was one of these times we was away in the caravan and I bought it, you know, because it was cheaper than a magazine. I got this washi tape cards. It gives you ideas on washi tape and with cards and everything. So there's that one. I'm going to put that aside because I'm not sure if there's a certain person that might want that, I'm not sure. And then I'm getting rid of the 2 feng shui books. I had a whole set of these, decluttering and everything, but to tell you the truth, I haven't picked these up in over 3 years. Originally I kept them because it was part of a set. I used to buy one a month from Amazon, but I'm going to let those go. So they are all going to the charity shop. I'm getting rid of this tray, this pink tray. Originally I said, oh, I'll wait till I do all my decluttering, but I've got some sort of goldy wild ones now, so I'm going to just let this one go. I'm going to have a word with someone about this one, and a ruler that's going to a friend's grandson. This is just one of those foot things. Never used it, but I'm just going to put that in the bin because although it's not been used, and a odd block that got separated one Christmas, and it might have been because when I have those little shelving in our bedroom, sometimes I used to put that in because there's a bit of a lip, and so it used to hide whatever else I had in there. So I'm just going to let that go in the bin. I'll explain about these. Those lip glosses and the lip balms and everything, I used to have them stored in all these sort of things. Then I simplified them down again, and I put them in that grey like little drawer boxes that my friend gifted me. And then obviously I've also thinned down in my big unit near the back door. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I might have a word with someone to see if they want them. If not, they are going to the charity shop. I'm not doing this in any particular order, I must admit. I'm just pulling things out. Tins, there's different sort of areas here. These are things that originally I really did like and there's this lovely pink one, flowers. And this one I used to use at Christmas, but again, gonna let it go. And then I've got 2 mini tins here. One's got flowers on, one's got red. It has got some double-sided padded tape on the bottom because I think I had it stuck on something, and it was like a decoration that I made. So I'm letting those go. I'm letting these go. Yes, I've used them quite a bit, and you've probably seen them around my home, but I'm only keeping the things that I want to change out now and again. Maybe I'll be cutting down, keep changing my decor all the time, as I've still got my sort of love set all around the home at the moment. So they are going, they'll go to the charity shop. As will this. Yeah, I didn't use this over Valentine's or anything. I think it actually came from Poundland. It's love, and it's like the sort of Scrabble letters. So that's going to go to the charity shop. This I didn't really want to get rid of, but it's cracked. I'm not sure if this is all going to come up or not, but there's so many cracks in here. You probably can't actually see it, but there's a crack there, there's a crack there, and there's a crack there. And when I only had the one crack, I did used to have it so you could hardly see the crack, but now there's 2 or 3. This never actually went up in my Easter decor up in the loft because it being obviously delicate. So that's just going to go in the bin because it is cracked. I've got that still lights up. I'm going to get rid of that. I've got this plant pot that I used to have actually in my dining room with my one real plant in the whole of our home, but it's just clutter, doesn't use it that often. And yes, you might have seen it, I am actually getting rid, oops, I don't know if you can see that, the lady or whatever you like to call it. It does take a little bit of room up. I've always wanted one. I've had it maybe a year and a half, maybe longer, but I'm just going to let that go now. Something that was expensive, I got this from Amazon. I haven't used this in about 4 or 5 years because I've always had my jewellery either on the wall on an accessory, or this used to be for watches and bracelets, and this used to stand on a unit, but obviously then everything was transferred into the unit itself. So I'm just going to obviously let that go. I've got a couple of baskets. I'm going to run out of space in a minute. This I actually got from the charity shop. We did use it a little while at the caravan, but it does take a lot of space up, and we did actually organise it that there's a shelf in one of our cupboards actually that we use basically as a for cakes and bread products and things like that. So I'm going to return that to the charity shop. As I said, there is some storage, and I've got this storage bin. I'm going to let that go. I might actually use that to put some of the stuff in to put in the dining room, like a lot of the plastic. And here we go, plastic. Some of these I think probably like these. Hubby bought me a lot of these before we could get containers reasonable, like before, I think even before Poundland opened and that sort of thing. So shows you. And I used to use these for a majority of different things, like for crafting, also travelling earrings and everything like that. Are these recyclable, darling?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can put all those in the recyclable bin, so I put those separate. I'm not sure, probably that would be able to go as well. Yeah, I've put all those in this one because they can probably just go in the recyclable bin. Yes, bought this from Poundland again, not used it, so that can go. This one was from the charity shop. I went through a lot of these, organising things like this in acrylic, and as you know, this is the thing now, and I didn't want to pay a lot out, so I used to get them from Poundland or from the charity shops and things like that, because I didn't want to pay out too much, as I did with this one from Amazon, which I've had about 10-15 years ago now, but it hasn't been out of the box in over 5 years, and I kept putting it back. I've had to make snap decisions now, that I can't keep going back because it's just wasting too much time. And I say all these plastic boxes here, quite a lot, they're all going to be put in the recyclable bin now, because I don't need all these. And with actually decluttering and bringing everything down now and getting rid of stuff, I'm not going to need all my organising things. Very often what I used to do was actually pass pieces on to friends and family about getting organising, but it's just waiting on them actually, and I don't have the time at the moment to do it, so we're just letting all this go. The only ones I will say I am not going to get rid of until I've had a word with my daughter-in-law is these sort of things, because I don't need these for my cubby. I've got enough containers. I just kept a few, but these might be ideal for our granddaughter, or I know our daughter-in-law sometimes does a bit of crafting when she has time, so I will see if she wants those first of all. I'm going to message her after I've done this video and see if I can get to do FaceTime and see if I can get snap decisions whether she wants the items or not. And I've got this one here as well, I've got these as well. And then some more containers. Got this one, although I think I've lost the top of one of these, but it's one of those that you unscrew. So I'll probably put all that all together for the charity shop. And then these also came with little mini tools in. And yes, I was going to sort out buttons, beads, you know, sequins, anything like that. And I'm thinking, you know what, let's just let it all go, and that's going as well. So there's a lot there that can be just recycled, and it looks like I'm going to end up filling the bin up again. On top of that bit, before I move over to the other side of the lounge, I did actually pull out these items. Now, I had what I call a plastic crate that had excessive storage boxes like this, plastic, like when I was taking all these sort of things out. But I also used to do it because of my kitchen. And to tell you the truth, I've stopped buying cereal. If I do buy cereal, it's either those that you get 6 to 8, 12 mini packets, especially for the caravan, or I just buy the one box, and very often they only eat cereal in the summer months anyway. So I have got one. Admittedly, that one I used to have a carrier bag in it and used to use it as a bin in a car, but I don't think there's any need now. So there's another one, yeah, another one, another one, and another one. Disgusting, isn't it? But hey ho, I keep saying this, I have got to reduce the amount we have got in our home. In one respect, I would have loved to have got rid of 20 to 25% of everything in our home. At one stage, I thought, no, it's not possible. But if you calculate exactly how much I've got rid of in 5 years, probably by the time I finish this year or in the next couple of months, then maybe, you know, it would be quite a lot. But then you have to take into consideration stuff that comes in. I'm just going to pause this a minute so I can stack these up and make a little bit of room. Right, part of this is wall art. You might recognise this. We have had this, it must be about 10 years now. I got it from Next. Quite reasonable price. I think it was something like £8, down from about £26, £28. But I did struggle. I think I had it briefly in our main bedroom on the wall autumn last year, but now, because it always used to go above the mantle until we had that mirror put above the mantle, which has been there a number of years, which actually was another purpose, because it used to be in our son's room until he had his wall fitment unit put in years ago. So that's going. I've also decided to get rid of the heart pictures. I never did alter them around, so I'm going to let those go. So that's those. I'll just bring those over back here. I've had this so long. This was reduced from Primark. It was £5 down to £2. It is a light up. I'm not sure if it still works or not because the battery thing's gone in, but I'm going to let that go. I got rid of the red one, but I've now got the cream one because I haven't put this one up on the wall now 2 or 3 years now. So that one's going. And then I've got a few more pieces over there if I can reach over. I've got quite a lot of white picture frames. So I'm going to let that one go. Yeah, that was one of my earlier craft things for Easter. I'm letting this go up because it is actually coming away from the cardboard. I kept it, if you remember when I was going through my wall art, thinking that I might use the board for something, but I'm going to let it go. It was reduced. It was originally £3 down to £1 from Primark. I did used to use it when I had my Harry Potter theme, but let that go. And then this one I'm going to let go as well. This I think was a Poundland one, so that's the art one. This was in the black box that I got from the charity shop. The black box is now being used what I call hubby's little shelf behind the dining room door. You know, if you got any receipts or anything, you can file them there, but it's not a permanent holding pen or place, or whatever you'd like to call it. I've got a few catch-up bowls around the home, but I try and make sure they are actually reviewed regularly. So I'm just going to let that go, because originally I was going to keep it because for oils, but it's one of those things I can't take any more hobbies on. Yeah, I used to like this, but I'm going more neutral, either black, white, cream or grey in a lot of decor now. And I used to like this in the summer because I have actually got some cushion covers that might be going as well, that I've got this same sort of print on. So that's going. I had 3 of these. I've kept the 2 with the red lid. These came from Home Bargains. Hadn't used all 3 of them for a couple of Christmases, but I've kept the other one because I think they make nice sweetie jars as well, but I'm going to let this one go. I know you could spray the lid, which is what I might do with the other 2. So I've kept 2, getting rid of 1. These I'm going to see if my friends' granddaughters want them. Yeah, I like them like little sort of trinket dishes and everything. Nice with my cubby, but my cubby is a bit like a TARDIS, but without it extending the room. Wouldn't you agree, hubby? And it's just was too much in there. I've got to thin it down somehow. So they are going. I've got an S for Sprogger Home and Away. Yes, I had thought I was going to sort of put glue on it and put little flowers on, but I'm going to just let that go. This matches one. I think you might just see it just in the corner there. I used to like these together, and I used to have pebbles in it and like a succulent in there, but more clutter than anything. And you might recognize this one. I've had this up a lot. If you hate it, change it. If you want it, chase it. If you love it, cherish it. If you dream it, build it. I'm just going to let that one go. Again, that was another one that was holding on because I was going to take that label off and put something on there, but let's just go in. And these weren't used after all, Valentine's, so I'm going to just let those go. And then I've got some purple basket, says 3 here. I've kept a pale pink one and a white one at the moment, so I've kept 2, getting rid of 3. I'm going to put these behind me because I want to see if my daughter-in-law wants them for our granddaughter's wardrobe. Boxes. Part of me in some of this might seem strange, and yes, you don't necessarily have to count that as going out, you just recycle it. But this comes into the fact is, do I keep it in case? So this is what the batteries came in, and I was going to send these through the post with embellishments that I'm sending to a couple of people, but I've got other containers now, so I'm just going to let those go. So excuse, I'm just going to throw those up there because they're going to go in the recyclable bin. Another box, and this one is quite a sturdy box. With a lid. This is when we had Tassimo coffee online, and it is a decent box. It's quite sturdy, especially this part, and I had every intention of covering it. Who's got time? I haven't at the moment. I've got enough storage. This is another one of those items just in case. The 2 tiers I've actually got under the shelf in our cloakroom. This was the other tier with the wheels. I was going to ask hubby, but I don't think it's even worth keeping the wheels because they're not that strong. Then I was going to see whether I could wheel it and use it somewhere or under the stairs. But you know what? I've organised under the stairs. I've got my pantry sorted out now. So I'm just going to let this go. And there is the sort of, poles that goes in. Then it had another 2 shelves which I say are in use, so I'm just going to let that one go. It's one of those in case things. I'm getting rid of some pine cones. This box is really filthy. I'm not even going to try and scrub it up. I'm just going to probably dump that one. And then because I'm going off of, I'm going to just swing you around a little bit more into the next section. Everything is falling down now. Yes, I'm trying to do this as quick as I can because I'm supposed to be peeling potatoes for dinner. Because I'm getting rid of a lot of my red, getting rid of these, but I've kept the cream ones. So I've kept about, I think I've got 3 on my unit, maybe 6 on my unit in my bedroom, and another 3. I think I've got 9 cream ones, but I'm getting rid of 4 red ones. Sometimes that's one way of looking at something if you're not sure about getting rid of something. This I'm just gonna dump. It was just a craft thing I did last year for Valentine's Day. This is a metal sign. This has got home on it, so I'm just gonna donate that. I've got this magnet that's got positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. And then I've got this one. As you know, I am very much into positive quotes. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. But I've got this on a number of different things. And then I don't know if there's just 1 in here or is it 2 left. Got two postcards here, like, that you put in frames. You get these from Poundland, because the other 2 I did use, and they're the ones that I've got Inspire and Adore, but they're in the black and white ones, and they are the ones that I really wanted. So these 2 I'm going to just let go. Someone might want them to put in frames. Baskets, as you can see now, I'll do the baskets next. I think I've had a change round of my baskets. I've always had them on show on the 2 shelves above the stairs, and I had a few on my black shelf where I keep my DVDs. But I realise it's been 2 years or so since I've used any of these baskets, because I used to store a lot of things, excess things at Christmas, like in this one. Used to use this one for food or whatever, or savouries, but I'm just going to let these things go. I'm sure it's going to help somebody out. So I mean, it makes a nice set because I've got that one and I've got this one, and so it does make a nice set. I'm going to ask a relative to see if they want them first, and then if not, they'll go to the charity shop. I had thought about keeping this one. Rolled up towels would be nice in here, flannels, toiletries. I'd even thought about doing, hooking over, put a slit in some Oasis so it sits either side, or put a bit in each side and do a flower arranging and then cover this in ribbon. Lots of ideas, but I'm just going to let that one go. I've had it about 2 years and not done anything with it. This is another one of those ones that I used to use at Christmas. Yes, it's going. Same with this one. The smaller one, is it in my wardrobe? I think I had a set of 3. I think there's one in our son's wardrobe that's got a couple of ties in and belt, and I've got one that's got a belt in, so I think they're the 2 smaller ones. This is another one of those that I used at Christmas time. Again, I'm thinking, looking at things, the more storage I've got that's empty, the more chance I have of filling it up again. So that's why I'm decided now to just get rid of it. Plus, it's not my colour anymore. I used to love red, have red all over my home. Got rid of the other one recently in another haul. That other one was a little bit damaged, but I kept it in the shed to put breakables in to transport it to the charity shop. There's nothing really wrong with this one, but like I said, I'm going to see if a friend or family member wants it. This is not in very good condition, but I'm going to use it because it is ripped. Again, it's one of those things, it could have been, because it's ripped there, it could be covered. Yes, it could be. Could I be bothered? If I had plenty of black and white gingham, maybe buffalo gingham, but you know what, I'm going to use this to take the ornaments to the charity shop, and they'll probably get rid of it. Or someone might have the idea like I did and cover it themselves. It's got a little bit of slit, it would glue, and it's got a few marks on it, but there we are. That's going to be used for transporting items. And I think the main other thing is, got itchy nose now, this is really heavy. My brother gave me this and said if I didn't want it, to take it to the charity shop. And I realised why, because it is really hefty. He said, oh, you could have it for your caravan. No, we can't have it for the caravan. It's too big and heavy. But I do like the wood, and it is actually 10 games plus. Do you agree, hubby? I think he's going to sleep. So I'm going to just let that go. So I reckon this video is probably about 3/4 of an hour to an hour long. So I think I've covered everything. I've done it really quickly because I need to get the stuff shifted out of the lounge. I don't really want to be sitting here this evening after I've had tea and looking at all this. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.